So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another album review of The Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and today we're talking about the brand new album by the band Propagandhi, and it's called At Peace. It's their first album since 2017, and it's 13 songs and 47 minutes in length. And their guitar player and singer Chris Hanna really sounds great. You know, they're a slash like old school type of punk with hardcore band from Canada. And yeah, they always had some political views in their music. And for people like, they should keep politics out of punk. Like, have you listened to old punk music? It's full of politics, and you know that's the nature of punk, to rebel. So yeah, this is an album that came out last Friday, and it's really an album that they dropped this album at the right time with all the shit that's happening in today's politically charged world. Like, these songs really hit home. But this is not only an album that talks about like political stuff. This is an album that has some other themes. So obviously it has social and political commentary on songs like Benito's earlier work, which is about divisive fascism. And then you have a song like Vampires Are Real, which is about divisive politics and, you know, comparing politicians to vampires who want to suck your blood and, you know, things like that. And also you have a song that is about climate change with Fire Season. But there's also an endearing term of reflection. Propagandhi on this album are really exploring the history of the band, how far they come. So it's kind of like a nostalgic record in that way. And it also has a lot of like themes of like your own mortality and realizing that you're old.
I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, we all are getting old, and I think I'm almost 48. I can relate to this because this album has that like really like 90s type of like punk style before the word punk got popular, because this is not a pop punk record at all. This is like classic punk, energetic at times, and those are the themes that they explore on this record. They sound like a mature band. You know, when I listen to this, I think of bands, you know, like Bad Religion, who also write great lyrics, because this is a band that writes some great lyrics. For example, there's a song called Cat Guy, and you would see that track, and if you don't read the lyrics, you might think that it's like a tongue-in-cheek stupid song about being a cat guy, but no, it is nothing of that sort. So the song starts with a part like if someone is drowning and it's like a baby Hitler or the family's dog, who would you save? So yeah, it's the lyrics for this song are great, and at the end of this track he says like, I wouldn't save any of one because I'm a cat guy, so I don't want to get wet. So just such great lyrics from the band, you know, like really mature lyrics that I truly enjoy. I really enjoyed the opening track, Guiding Lights. It has like a weird guitar sound that it does, like, and it keeps on doing it, and it could get annoying, but to me it didn't get annoying. I don't know, it made the song stand out. So it's one of my favorite tracks on the record. Songs like when they're reminiscing about like not being young, songs like No Longer Young and Stargazing are some of the songs that do that. But also Rented PA, they're thinking about like when they started as a band and they had to rent the PA, and that was a more aggressive track. And I gotta say, I think this band is better when they're playing faster and more aggressive. When they go slower in this record, they kind of lost me a little bit when they went slower. It's not that they're bad songs, but I think their strength is when they're going fast, at least to my taste. So No Longer Young is a great track. I can relate to the themes. They're like, don't tell me where I'm going, you know, like I'm old. And it's all about like, just like reminiscing and thinking like, wow, where did the time went by? Like it all went by so fast. So it's a great track. I also like a track called Prismatic Spray, The Tinder Date. And that song has a little bit of like a thrash metal element to the rhythm, which I thought was very good and made it stand out in some ways. Also, a track like At Peace, which is the second track on the record, is also very good, and it's all about like being content with what your life is like now. Because I think sometimes we as humans, we are never content. We're always thinking like, oh, this could have been better. And At Peace is just saying like, hey, I'm at peace with what I have now, and that's okay. Also, great musically. They're very tight. All the instruments on this record are great. The production on the album is crisp and clear. You can really hear every instrument. I think Chris Hanna is a great vocalist, and I like how he enunciates everything that he sings. So everything you can relate to it. And sometimes when they go slower, they reminded me of like Rise Against, even though this band it has been longer than Rise Against. But yeah, the only nitpick that I have with this album At Peace is like sometimes when it goes slower, it kind of like I snoozed off a little bit. Like for example, on the song Stargazing, even though the lyrics are good, it's kind of too slow sometimes, and it kind of bored me a little bit in some parts of that track. And there's maybe the album's 47 minutes. I think a little trimming to 40 minutes would have been great, because I don't know, for this type of music, I like her like more punchy, to the point, and get out. Not like 47 minutes. So I think just 7 less minutes of this album, I think would have made it a more like tighter experience. But nonetheless, Propagandhi-At Peace is a very solid record, and it's a record that we needed in this damn world that we're living in with all the stuff that's happening. So I want to know from you, Cultures, what do you think of Propagandhi-At Peace? Comment down below what are your favorite tracks from this record, and if you like the videos I'm putting out, do not forget to give me a like and do not forget to subscribe. That helps me with the YouTube algorithm to get to more people like yourself. So until next time, Couchers, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on the Couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.